So tomorrow we're supposed to be getting a reveal for another character in the SH Figuarts Naruto line. Depending on what the character is, I'll make a separate video on that. It's most likely going to be Obito. But I did want to talk about this. Today, as well as over the weekend, we have some new images of the SH Figuarts Hell's Paradise Yuzuriha figure. Very excited that they're making this particular character here. Wanted to show off some of the images that they showed off today. I'm pretty surprised, not only because it's a female character, which it just seems like Tamashii Nations is really, besides a couple of these other series like Power and Yamato and a couple ones I can't think of right now. Tamashii Nations is pretty reluctant to make female characters, as well as one particular outfit here. There's no surprise that she is dressed a particular way, and the comments, by the way, have gone insane. I might have been one of those comments too, but we are going to keep it PG here, and just say that this is like one of the most notable secondary characters from Hell's Paradise, so I'm really glad we are getting this character. We're getting Sagiri too. I don't know who else they could make. Some of the names escape me, at least right now, and I don't want to mess them up, but there's some other characters that they could make in this line. I'm just glad that they're making, again, what I think is the most notable secondary character here. You've been looking at this image for a while of her just in a particular slight crouching pose. You can see behind her she will come with a sword. And I apologize if you hear any clicking. I don't have my iPad. I'm doing this on desktop now. Here is a pose of her in more of like a closed-eyed, happy pose. So she's going to come with pretty much everything she needs for this particular character. She is smiling a lot of the time. She's got a little bit of sinisterness with those smiles. But it's cool that we are getting some pretty expressive faces, smiling faces with eyes open and closed eyes, and then particular hands, as well as, just you can see the features on this particular character of how it's done. Now, I know, let's again, keep it PG, but the way that the chest piece is being done kind of reminds me of how they're doing the Orange Piccolo, where that is a softer plastic overlay this time. I believe Beast Gohan's got that too, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm wondering if it's the same thing with Yuzuriha here, because with this particular character design, I have a feeling the ab articulation is going to be a little bit hindered, so we'll have to wait and see on that. But some of the other features you see here, I don't remember what her kilo canisters are on her hips, but that's for her slime technique that she uses. It's like her jutsu or something. I'm wondering if she can actually do, one, standing on one leg pose. You could do that with a lot of SH Figuarts, but her ankles seem a little bit small, so I'm wondering just how well she can do a pose like that. Moving on, she can also kick out pretty far in this particular pose, as you see here. We may have seen this face earlier. No, we haven't. So we've seen a face where she's smiling but closed mouth, and then we have this one where it's more of an open mouth here. I also like how the hair is being done. It does look like it's broken up a little bit with the the front piece, like it's been with. It's like that a lot with a bunch of SH Figuarts, but sometimes some characters are able to hide it a little bit better the way that they are sculpted. Whereas, say, with like Nobara or with the new Suguru Geto figure, it's very apparent that break in the sculpt in the hair. So I'm wondering how they're going to address that, or if it's just gonna be kind of just a little bit too apparent of a break. Not bad looking when it comes to the posing on this figure. We do see a little bit of detailing on the bottom of the feet. I doubt that unless you finagle it a little bit or use a stand, I doubt she can stand on her toes like she is in this, at least on one leg. That's kind of insane. But she also comes with a kunai. I believe that's a kunai. I can't tell exactly what that is in her right hand, but she's also gonna come with fists. I'm wondering how the waist piece is gonna be done too, where it's like that cloth, not only in the front, but you see the ropes on the back too. I'm sure it's not gonna be too top heavy. I'm wondering if there's any posability associated with that though. Here is another image. Shows it looks like she's gonna come with two kunai, which is cool, and maybe you can use that for some of your Naruto figures if you wanted to as well. There's not much else I can really talk about going on here. Some people. Actually, there's this thing. Some people were nervous about the arm articulation. Sakura from SH Figuarts last year has exposed shoulders, and the way that they did those shoulders, you could see the joint from the back, and it's really ugly. This pretty much confirms, if you're paying attention to the the shoulders, is that there is nothing like that here. It's all. I mean, you can see the hinge, of course, but it's like going to be like that with a lot of action figures. We don't have that weird like ratchet looking piece. I'm not entirely sure how to describe it. It was just really apparent. If you own the Sakura or have seen anything about it, you know what I'm talking about. And it's not apparent here at all. So I'm glad that I wish they did that with Sakura, but I'm glad that they at least address it here. And one thing I do want to mention is what's going on with the hips. So we have like what looks like a molded skin tone for her at leg, and then the actual hip piece in the torso, the sculpt gets broken up from where they have to like glue the plastic together. It also looks like it's going to be painted there. So I feel like the skin tone's not going to match too much. I'm not just being a pervert, okay? This is something I did want to mention. Sometimes they do that where some parts are painted, some parts are molded in skin tone, and then it doesn't really match up too well. But the posing again on here is not very bad looking whatsoever. We have another pose right here, here of her just standing. You can see some of the a dynamic hand that she has going on there as well. This is his tongue sticking out face. I was wondering if any of the little canisters on the hip piece are removable and she can hold them. I don't think they are. I'm sure if somebody really wanted to, they could break it off and do that. I really don't think that would be recommended. I have one more image to look at here, so I don't know exactly, but there's really not much else for me to talk about. This is a very gorgeous looking figure, if you ask me. They didn't really show off the sword too much, though. I'm wondering if the sword holster is going to get, because it looks like it's on her hip, on the back of her hip, I guess, and then towards the side. I don't know if that's going to get in the way of posing at all. Probably not. I think it's kind of like that with how you would do like Sasuke from last year. I'm not entirely sure yet. But the posing on this figure looks really cool. It looks like it breaks up in the sculpt just a little bit, mostly talking about the hips. And I'm wondering what's going to go on with the torso articulation. But everything else about this figure looks extremely well done. Here's the last image of this character here with more expressive hands and a smiling face once again. So I'm pretty excited. The information I did forget to tell you guys, pre-orders are dropping June 8th. I assume that's going to be the same as that Naruto figure we're going to find out about tomorrow. Should be released in November of this year. 7,700 yen is the price. That's close to like 70 to 75 bucks USD. So yeah, still rather expensive. These are getting pretty expensive in price, these SH Figuarts figures, but some of them seem worth it, and some of them lately with expensive pricing don't seem that much worth it. I guess it depends on you ask, but I'm hoping the features of this character here are good enough, as well as articulation, the amount of accessories, posability, fun factor. Hopefully all of that will warrant the 7,700 yen price point. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. What did you think about this new figure reveal? Leave your thoughts down below, and I'll see you guys later.